My name is actually Roderick Looney. Everybody call me Rod. I'm originally from Alabama, Asheville, Alabama, which is northeast Alabama, about 30 minutes north of Birmingham. After high school, I ended up going to college. Went to Jacksonville State, where I got my degree. I guess about a year after I graduated, I moved to Tallahassee. Tallahassee Police Department offered me a job, so I came here not knowing I was going to be here 27 years. You know, my goal was to come here, stay for a few years, and try to get closer back home to my family. I really wanted to be closer to my family. And I tried to leave here a couple of times. It just didn't work out. And, you know, sometimes we think we know what's best for us, but, you know, God knows more about what we need than what we know. So
I think we're certainly benefiting from you being here.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm still here. It's worked out for me and my family. So, but I ended up coming down working with TPD. Like I said, I've been here working for TPD for a little over 27 years. I've done a variety of things since I've been there. Ended up getting promoted to lieutenant. Went down to our Criminal Investigation Bureau where I supervised for a while, went back down to Vice, supervised for a while, and then I was asked to come back to Criminal Investigations where I'm currently at, and I supervise our persons section, which incorporates homicide, robberies, sex crimes, and I have forensics under me. So that's what I do at TPD. Also, I'm married. I got two sons. One 17, one 14. When we first got to Tallahassee, me and my wife, you know, we was living in apartments and stuff like that. We finally ended up buying a house, and we first moved out towards the Lake Jackson area. Lived out there for a little while, decided to sell our house because we started having kids and buy something a little bit bigger. So we looked around, and a realtor that I was dealing with actually brought us out here and showed us the property out here where we're at now. My wife, she's a city girl, so she wasn't too inclined about moving out into the country. That's where I grew up in the country, so I love living out. And I don't really like living in the city. So I enjoy living out here. Just as soon as I get home, you know, you kind of just leave all that hustle and bustle in the city. And it's quiet. And you come home to some quietness. But one thing I like, I remember, I guess we'd been in our house for about a week. And Mr. Albert Green lived right around the corner from me. I'm at the house, I hear somebody knocking on the door, I go to the door, it's Mr. Green. I don't know Mr. Green, he introduces himself. And he said, hey, he said, I just wanted to, you know, welcome you to the community out here in Miccosukee. I said, well, thank you, sir. You know, nice gentleman. And he invited me and my wife, my kids to his church over at Concord. And we've attended Concord several times. Went over and visited with him on Sundays when we didn't visit our own church. And so Mr. Green, I know he does the Christmas program every year. Yes. Your kids participate in that, do they? They have. Both of them are musicians, so they play the violin and the viola. Yes, I have seen them. Yes, sir. Yeah, and they're great. Yes, sir. Thank you. They are great. Yes, sir. They played for him one or two times. They played for him for that program. Oh yeah, I was there. I was there. So that's great. But me and my family, I don't think we've missed a Christmas dinner he had for the elderly out here since we've been out here. Right. And now we try to help him. You know, every year we try to. I know that you have. He's spoken of the help that you all have given him, and he appreciates it so much. Yeah, we enjoy, you know, helping him. So you came, and you're not just a transplant, you're becoming a part of this community, which is great. We're trying to be a part of the community. That's what, I think that's what you should do in any community that you live in. What's your vision of Miccosukee as a transplant who
knows some of the history but not a participant in it?
Well, I would like to see some growth out here. I'd like to see more diversity out here. I would like to see us maybe getting some, not necessarily in Miccosukee, but a little closer, some shopping centers, grocery stores. Had to drive way out to Thomasville Road or somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 minutes down the road. I'd like to see some growth. I'd like to see, and even and I talked to Dan a lot about this when our kids play ball out here. What I found with sports, that kind of with some kids that's an outlet. A lot of these kids they grow up in single parent households, and a lot of times these coaches and stuff are. Sometimes the only father figure they have.
True.
I'd like to see parents out here get more involved, get more involved in some of these programs and stuff that's offered out here, like the Boys and Girls Club, the sports, and not just show up and drop the kids off, but actually get involved.
Do you have any kind of things that you think you could propose that would improve the community? I know what you want to see, but do you have any ideas in mind yet, or is that something that you'd just like to think about more? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
There's I think several things. I think we need to do. Some of the things is already in place, like the community meetings that they have at the community center. I try to attend those when I can, when I'm not working and stuff. But the ones I have attended, you get very little participation out of the residents out here.
Right. This is true.
But yet you have government officials there, and with a listening ear. And
it makes it kind of hard to complain if you're not.
That's another thing I'm getting at, But I hear a lot of people say, my vote don't count. Well, you're right, it don't count. If you don't cast it,
yeah.
If you don't cast it, it don't count.
Right.
And if you get enough people saying that, then that can become an issue. If I sit down and think about it, there's a whole lot of other things that. As far as developing some type of committees,
right.
Something to try to make things better in the community, to take to our elected officials to work on, to try to make things better, to build facilities out here, different facilities.
I'm glad you said that, because that's maybe one of the things that we'll be trying to work on, even in the advisory committee that Dan and I are on, right. To get some ways to get things moving.
Right.
And I can see that you're going to be a person that we can turn to as a resource.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.